feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't ride no
these days. The Academy.blog. You go here. Unbeknownst to you, Meg Thee Stallion has filed a lawsuit. Okay. She's filed a lawsuit over blogger Milagro, claiming harassment, claiming that Milagro is a surrogate for Tory Lanez, claiming that she's put out misinformation, and also it includes a claim of Milagro allegedly sharing a pornographic deep fake image depicting the rapper, which they're saying that violates a Florida statute banning altered sexual depictions of real people. Okay. It was filed in federal court. Alex Spiro, who's a Rock Nation attorney, but also attorney for Meg Thee Stallion, he had promised that there would be lawsuits targeting bloggers that he felt were putting out wrong information. Then we seen this pop up 2 days later. So it's Megan Pete, she's a plaintiff, so that's Meg Thee Stallion, versus Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, that's her name. Again, this is in district court. We're going to read through this slightly. I do want to kind of give it like a soliloquy off top. It includes some of the live streams that I believe she does on Station Head or something, and even on YouTube and Twitch, and includes some of the, it has even the chat over here, some of the tweets. They look like they were collecting information about Milagro for a good while to file this lawsuit. It has a lot of tweets, right? Some of these tweets, I think they're just contextual. I think these tweets are opinions. Like, for example, Meg paid Kelsey's rent for a year. I think that's an opinion based upon what we heard in the lawsuit. That was not in a lawsuit, in the trial. In the trial, there was something about rent being paid between Kelsey and Meg for a year. So she says if that would have been Tory, that would have been a bribe. Now, I actually disagree with that because they were friends, and she's the rich friend, and the other one's not the rich friend. Okay, but whatever. It's her opinion. Guess what? Sean Holly wasn't representing Tory when Kelsey says Tory said my lawyer said what? Okay, all right. There's a lot of these tweets. A lot of these tweets. Okay, so let's go into what actually she's sued for. So the cause of action, she's being sued for the promotion, and I think this is the biggest one here. Promotion of an altered sexual depiction. They're claiming that there was a deepfake photoshopped or AI video or image of Meg Thee Stallion, either nude or I don't know if she was engaged in some sexual activity. And essentially, they're saying that you had Milagro who told people, go check my likes to go see the shit. And they're saying that in her likes was her liking a picture or a video of Meg that was altered. Okay? Count two is cyber stalking. They're saying that Meg Thee Stallion, first of all, I keep telling y'all this, and I love to watch the internet fodder because they think everything is very sue-worthy. And because you like an artist and people have an opinion about her, let me tell you this. I keep trying to tell everybody the real truth about it. I've finally gotten some litigators in my corner. If we're playing this game, trust me, I'm going to be the biggest beneficiary of it. Because if we sue everybody who has a negative opinion about you or who calls you a nickname, what I understand is that within the confines of the law, when you're a public figure, you, within reason, people are allowed to have public discourse about you. What does that mean? If somebody says Akademiks is a fat piece of shit, I could sue them, but I won't get paid for it because that's their opinion and I'm a public figure. That's how it works. If someone says, I think Meg Thee Stallion music is fucking garbage, you could get sued. You get sued for anything, but that's not a successful lawsuit, right? So these are things that I keep hearing people spew, and these things are categorically false. You cannot just sue people because they don't like you. You can't sue people because even if they're selective with their reporting, they only report negative things about you. Now, if they are purposely reporting false things about you, right? That is basis for a lawsuit. Remember what I'm saying? Purposely putting out lies. Yes, right? Now, the interesting thing about this whole Meg and Tory situation is this. For the most part, and I don't know everything that Milagro has ever reported about, like even this first thing here about like, you know, the publication of some, I don't know if it was a photoshopped or altered thing, the promotion of that image. I don't even know if, I don't know how true that is, or I never knew that Milagro did that, truth be told. So everything I'm going to say here, I have a bigger fight to fight. And I always say, you know, I like to lead from the front, not from the back, because everybody, and pause on that. And the reason why I said that is that everybody likes to talk the good fight, but when they get to number one, they're down with the program, right? Because everybody's so happy to be down with the program when they get to be the guy, right? They ruffle the feathers and they shake the table when they ain't number one. And I told y'all from the get-go, when Complex named me number one, I wasn't just gonna say, yo, okay, they finally said I'm the king of this bitch. Let me just chill. Instead, even if I ain't number one next year, let me use my time to just point out what's wrong. Because again, I've been doing this in reality, the chat been number one. So who gives a fuck who says what we're in number one or not? We have to make a stance because I fought and I've sacrificed a lot for this independent wave that I am enjoying. And I don't take that for granted. And it's bigger than a Milagro. It's bigger than anybody else. And I see a lot of people, they're cool to, you know, to stand up when they're irrelevant. Yeah, you know, because it's a whole little guy, big guy thing. No. Ak is here. I'm now at the forefront of media. And I'm telling you, I want to use my time here as long as I last in this position to stand up to the bigger entities who think that they could bully smaller creators, bully and censor and silence other people. So we're going to get to that. By the way, let me finish this speech before I finish reading out the rest of these counts in this case. Because what I'm going to say is bigger than Milagro, and this is not a Milagro thing. I want any blogger who's followed me, listen here, listen loud. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because it's facts. A lot of what y'all do now, I paved the way for. A lot of what y'all do now and y'all copy or whatever, and I'm glad y'all doing it because I love everybody. I love this wave we got going on. Whether you're inspired by me, whether you saw me do it 10, 15 years ago, I love it. But I also do know that with, you know, heavy is a head that wears a crown. And I always knew this. I told people 8 years ago when I first started interacting with labels because my platform was becoming slightly big enough. The biggest thing I ever learned, and for anybody who's a content creator, listen to me very clear. I not only try to build my platform, I try to build myself, and I wanted to build my own voice. Listen to this one statement. If they could control you, you don't matter. That's always going to be very important. If they could control your opinion, you don't matter. If you wonder why I get on this platform here every day and I speak whatever way I want to speak about whoever, I had to fight for that. And I lost a lot because of that. And I do that and have gotten to the ranks where I have to be mentioned with some of these little industry puppets who just get, you know, ushered along the way for everybody else to realize that this is possible. And I'm going to give you this story. I've had to come to that crossroads many times where my opinion, and it maybe wasn't like, you know, again, I know we're talking about the Meg stuff now. Again, this point is just way bigger than Meg. But it matters because all of these, when we talk about the Source, Complex, all of these, they're paid for. I told you about my time working at Complex. They wouldn't print a negative story about a motherfucker if that person was going to come in to do a goddamn cover. So how real are they? If they got a story, they ain't going to put it out if it's the person that's going to help them sell some newspapers. You get that. Or magazines back in the day. All of these people, that's how they operate. So I watch how they operate. And the reason why I'm glad to do what we do is that that's not the incentive here. There are no more gatekeepers. So let me tell you how these labels work. There was an artist that I was starting to, kind of get into, but I'm criticizing a little bit. Like, I was like hot and cold on them. Sometimes I'm like, oh, they popping. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't like that. The label clearly took some interest in it. And this was a crossroad for me in media. And I'm saying this again, this situation to me is much bigger than Milagro, Rock Nation, or whatever. This is independent media. I was offered 5 digits, tens of thousands of dollars to do campaigns with this person's label. Now, labels pay for promotion all the time. I'm not no strangers to that. They pay for a consultation. They pay for a lot of stuff. The main goal of that was, how do we make ACT feel good to stop criticizing this person? The moment you take that money and you say, and they could hit you with a text saying, yo, bro, could you not say he flopped? Yo, could you not say, y'all know everybody online saying this trash. Could you not say that? The moment you take it, you're compromised. And that's the true definition of compromise. The moment you take that, the labels know, we know how to control you if we need to. All right, so if they're criticizing one of our interests, we throw them a little money and shut them the fuck up. That's how you neutralize somebody. This is why I go back to when I mentioned the complexes in them of the world. They won't say nothing bad about nobody they got to cover with. What makes dollars make sense. Their morals lies with also their bottom line. So for me, I've always taken my perspective of how I do media as I'm not an organization. When I went into Complex, they fired 200 people. Go ask them. Joe will tell you. And when they fired those people, and I remember the guy, they actually fired him too. But he said for the last 6-7 months, I had a team of people studying your YouTube. Why when we do a news topic and we got teleprompters, white screens, and all these like they're doing crazy production, when you do you get 8 times the amount of views. What they couldn't understand because they were a corporation is because I was a single entity and I was a real person. The reason why people were watching me more than them, y'all were reading from a script, saying what you thought someone should say, what a writer said you should say. I was speaking from my heart, whether people agree with me or not. That's really important. So as we get to this point, and I'm going to get to this Milagro stuff, but again, this is bigger than that. What we are getting into is people realizing that independent media is really important. I get it all the time now. These labels, I tell you now, sometimes they try to send me different stats. They know ACT is the person that's gonna break everybody's heart when I say so-and-so is on pace to sell so-and-so, and that's the flop. How many times have they attacked me for that? So the labels do now? They just send me some other stats. Hey, could you just point out the fact that blah, 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 blah. They're the first person with 1 eye and 3 legs and this to do this. Can we make it sound special? No, I'm reporting the first week. Shut up. Okay. So I say that blanketedly to then say this. And going back to that one statement, if they could control you, you do not matter. So now independent media is growing. With all due respect to all the outlets that I've named as non-independent, some of them might have a presence. But these days, what people consume hip-hop, and also I just want to say pop culture in general from, where they get their news, their tea, their talking points, their reviews, are not from those guys. They get them from the me's, even though I don't like the fuck nigga, Fantanos. They get them from the other independent media people. So let me be very clear, and this will touch a little bit of this and touch another situation. For anybody who's also thinking that Akademiks is just blanketly saying that independent media should be able to do whatever they want, that is not true. I do think we should have accountability. And by the way, I think that we should push to have some accountability. For example, the whole Tasha K thing with Cardi B, I think that was flagrantly wrong. You made up something or you repeated rumors about this woman having an STD habitually with zero proof. First of all, why are you doing speculating about her health status to the point you're doubling down on it? The ramifications of that could be very bad. I think Cardi B was more than nice in that situation. Hey, this is false. I'm telling you it's false. I'm reaching out to you, it's false. Could you take it down? Could you stop doing this? Now, granted, if you really think, number one, I don't really give a fuck about, like, if I know one of these, I actually do know one of these fuck niggas that got AIDS in the game. I ain't gonna put it out there. But, like, say if you thought it was within, I just don't think it's in my reporting realm to say it. And I know mad at these niggas got herpes. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm just not gonna say it. But imagine if I did think it was within my wheelhouse to say it. If I did think so, I wouldn't be saying it on a flimsy whim of, yeah, this is what they saying. By the way, this also go for drug use. Now, it's cool. You might make a joke about, maybe off that stuff or whatever. But if you're doubling down, calling somebody either cokehead, this and third, and you're going really far, you're acting like you know this as a fact, like you've seen this person do this, or you have someone who has told you this, hey, keep doubling down if you want to, if that's the type of media you want to do. But just be prepared to at some point substantiate that if necessary, right? So I thought that the Cardi B thing, and by the way, everything I'm saying, the Cardi B, Tasha K thing, that's not something I'm supporting. What I am supporting, and I guess this ties into the Milagro, Rock Nation, Tory Lanez, Meg thing, is there's an angle here that's very painfully obvious to me. Rock Nation is having a PR problem with Meg. People don't have a good opinion of her. Men feel like she lied. There are media outlets and personalities, and it's not only Milagro. Joe hasn't believed this chick. Shit, even the biggest rapper, Drake. Yo, this chick she lying about shots. She a stallion. There's a lot of people that don't believe this woman, right? This is what I don't respect. Is picking on the smallest of them, or not the smallest, because I'm not disrespecting Milagro either, but trying to pick on the ones you feel you could bully. But and by the way, let me just point out, if Milagro did post up some stuff about, some fake picture, which was, I haven't read the full thing. If she did do it, it's a fake picture of Meg naked, I'm not supporting that neither. But we're not stupid. The aim of this, and even how they did it with Alex Spiro making that statement, the aim of this was to intimidate media outlets that don't have either the financial backing, maybe the insurance companies that are backing either what you say or your platform, and threaten you with basically going bankrupt or going down a financial path that you can't even, continue your livelihood if you keep reporting certain narratives. And I think that's my biggest problem. So let me just be very clear. If someone who's a blogger thinks Tory's a piece of shit because of, they sometimes be like, oh, we think you just don't like women. They've said that about me. Whatever, cool. That's not some grounds to try to intimidate that person. No, that's their opinion based on what they've seen, right? If someone thinks Tory's a piece of shit, Tory's team should not be suing them just because that's their thinking. If someone thinks Meg Thee Stallion's a liar based on some of the stuff, even though, by the way, the worst timing ever, Shorty comes out and admits she lied. If outlets or personalities say that shouldn't be grounds of you trying to censor them or sue them. And I think this is where there is a very slippery slope. Because this lawsuit, again, the fake naked picture or whatever, okay, I'm not, I don't know too much about that, but that sounds like some shit, even media-wise, you shouldn't do, right? But if y'all assume Milagro because she just don't like Meg for whatever reason, or she thinks she's a lying ass whatever, because I got into the lawsuit a little bit, and you're gonna see that they have tweets from Milagro where Milagro is literally just saying this chick is a liar. Let me see. Like, there's some tweets in there where she's just saying she's a liar. And then I look at that and I'm like, oh no, let me see if I can find some of them. It's like a lot. Okay. Yeah, told my credible. It's kind of lewd into her line. Whatever. That's my problem with this lawsuit. And Rock Nation know what it is. Rock Nation specifically is targeting this person to send a bigger message to people in the media, because they can't change the perception of Meg with people keep calling her a liar. They want to silence people who are dissenting or in disagreement about what happened. Newsflash, and let's be very clear. Even after the trial, it would be, if you're in the media side of things, Tory got convicted. Now, people do get wrongly convicted. So if you have a doubt about that, cool. But Tory did get convicted, right? Now, Meg also did lie. So, wait, are we going to sue everybody who said Meg lied? That's the only part about this lawsuit I like. Like, they point out, let me see if I can search it here. Lie. Look, on June 23rd, whatever, shared an audio of the defendant, Mrs. Cooper, which is Milagro, calling Mrs. Pete a lying ass hoe, claiming that Miss Pete ruined Tory's life. That's an opinion. That's an opinion. That's the opinion of a lot of people. So that then becomes, wait, are y'all just trying to censor or stop this woman from giving her opinion? And by the way, I'm saying this woman, but I'm extrapolating it. Because if we allow this overreach, and again, not everything I'm agreeing with that Milagro did, but if we then say, oh yeah, just sue everybody, that's how they start to control how people could speak about them. And what I told y'all, if they could control you, you don't matter. Who knows? Milagro a personality. If she watched Meg a couple times and said, man, I get a lying ass vibe from her, that's her opinion. That should be protected. Now, I do want to say, and before I don't want to go on this long soliloquy, half of these niggas in the media game, not only are they all selfish, they all want the top spot, but they ain't down to put the work in to get to this top spot, and they all selfish as a motherfucker. And I've thought about this, and it appears that Milagro is being represented by Unite the People, who are also they've taken up the nonprofit effort of trying to represent Tory for his appeal. So they're also taking up the nonprofit effort to unite the people, to represent Milagro in the situation. Okay? So I guess my next give me a second. Yeah, right here. So this is them saying they're going to represent Milagro. Now, I guess my next point, and I'm hoping to push this forward, but I don't think it'll go nowhere. And it could only help everybody but me. Let me tell you this. I feel very fortunate with this independent influx that we've gotten. And I do think that even if it ain't my fight, it is my fight, personally. I know half of these niggas, they don't want me to be number one, so they kick my back at any point. But it's all good. You know what I mean? I didn't get here by slandering other people. I got here by working hard. It's all good. I don't mind those people. This is my thought. And I'm down to put my money where my mouth is. I do think that, I'm not saying unionize because we compete with each other. I get it. But I do believe, and I hope the fans support this because I really don't think no other media outlet will support it. We should either have a fund or something of the sort to protect, because we're now seeing the labels and the goddamn artists are saying, if I can't stop you from making people call me a liar, I'm gonna sue you. That'll shut you up. By the way, in the lawsuit, they literally say they want an injunctive measure to have her stop talking about him. By the way, I know I was also mentioned in the lawsuit. They also mentioned me, which that's another fishing expedition, saying, nonetheless, bloggers and podcasters like DJ Akademiks presented the defendants' post alongside conspiracy theories that Miss Pete was never shot. Okay? Rather than retract the false story, defendant doubled down to NBC News stating everything is okay, whatever. So yeah, I understand, and apparently Milagro said that there's a preservation order for her messages with me. Once again, a fishing expedition, but it's really and completely like Meg Thee Stallion don't want no money from Milagro. You know what she wants? She wants Milagro to issue an apology. I guarantee. Issue an apology and stop posting about me. Silence an apology and we let it go. I guarantee. Bro, Meg Thee Stallion is like, she's up tens of millions of dollars. You think she wants money from Milagro? She wants silence and an apology. I guarantee it. I guarantee right now Meg Thee Stallion's lawyer got with Milagro and said, hey, listen, I don't got enough money to defend myself if Milagro said this, and said, how can we solve this? Give a verbal apology and stop mentioning me. And we will dismiss within this amount of time if you at least it's going to be some weird shit like that. And for that, I was just like, this is some weirdo type of stuff. So let me just get to my proposal. My proposal is this, man. Again, it doesn't help me because I don't foresee, but I'm not God. I don't foresee me coming to y'all saying I need some legal fees. I already got legal shit going on and I handle it accordingly because it's all good. But there are smaller bloggers out here who are trying to do their version of journalism, and they also have an opinion. One thing I don't like about this new divide with the people who call themselves journalists and then the influencers or media personalities, for y'all little weird ass journalists, the reason why nobody comes to y'all for interviews, y'all don't have a platform. Asking questions, great art, but these days people like to hear the interpretation and the voice of the person they're getting that from. And yeah, you're going to have to put your 2 cents in there. So when y'all get on y'all high and mighty and be like, yeah, these other people aren't journalists. Yes, these newer people, whether it's some Milagro or anybody else, they got their own opinion. They got their own POV. They're not here to be like some ancillary blend in the dark. This is why y'all are broke, right? Because when the artists stop fucking with y'all, no one knew you for an opinion. Put it like this. We got, 16, 17,000 people on here right now? I don't got an artist on here because people say, no, I want to hear what I got to say about it. That does matter. That was my motto in coming into this game. So for y'all journalists, pipe down. Pipe down and get on the goddamn unemployment line. Or if you feel so good about your journalism, I'm hiring. But I do want to defend the people who are personalities. Again, I'm not defending all. And don't get this twisted. Because if you start really wilding out, Ak is not here to defend you. But I do want to say, in cases where especially smaller creators are being targeted or an attempt to silence them, me personally, I got 20 bands I think I want to throw in a pot. I want to throw in some type of fun to go help get some legal representation and not get bullied by no artists. I'm just sorry. Like these artists, these labels, put it like this. This lawsuit probably cost him 10 grand. Like, all right, little 10 grand. That's nothing to Rock Nation. To silence somebody who's now who's probably hurting your artist's career because they're giving an opinion that people believe, that 10 bands means nothing. So now they're going to sue everybody. So now let me tell you, in this industry, is monkey see, monkey do. If this lawsuit works, and again, if they have some proper grounds, cool, I'm not knocking it. But the silencing part, if Milagro think Meg is lying, she should be able to say it from here till death. And any other creator should say it from here to death. The moment we let that happen, it happens to another creator, another creator, another creator, another creator, another creator. And then it goes back to what I said. When they control you, you do not matter. So I personally believe we should have a fund somewhere. maybe, you know, I know some of these niggas are so money hungry. Once you think about a fund, they be like, oh, who gonna steal the money? Me personally, I don't have a problem with pledging 15, 20 grand to something that I feel is gonna be a fight. Because eventually, let me tell you this, you're gonna have to, what we got going on here as independent media creators, we having it good. I know I'm having it good. Because I'm making more than these companies is making. I know I'm having it good. So nothing good in life comes without a fight. Nigga, I came in, this is like the drug game. Nigga, I came in here, I knocked niggas off they block. Yo, this is my block now, nigga. It's my shit now. You think they happy? So I know we going to eventually have to get in the fight. So I've been prepared for the fight. It's okay. A lot of these older media outlets, when they got to quote me and, yes, Drake only talks to me. I'm sorry. You mad. I'm sorry. It's okay. So just get it from me. I'll repackage it away for you. I understood I knocked everybody off their block. This is like The Wire. It's my block now, nigga. Ran them niggas off. So eventually, and by the way, I know these labels, they were trying to, there was a time privately behind the scenes, but I had to play my card. They were trying to buck up at me. I won't tell you what label. I had to play my card. I had to say, you want to see what it looks like going down the path with DJ Akademiks, like you down to go to war, and these are your top artists right here? You want to see that? Okay, watch this, 90 days. After that, we've been the best of friends. You don't want to act slandering every artist on your label for 90 days. And I say slander, but it's not slander. It's my opinion. You don't want that for 90 days. So me and the labels, we're all cool now. We're all cool. They love me even when they don't love me. We love each other, right? But they had to respect it. I don't like, you see Rock Nation doing some weird shit. And they always do the weird shit. So you're targeting Milagro as a strategic thing to teach people a lesson. I don't like it. I don't like that shit. I don't like it. I don't like that shit. So I'm proposing whenever the fight comes, or we could just have an ongoing fun. It should be a fund that should be available to creators that we believe the system, these labels, or these artists are coming at. Not everybody will qualify. If you do some Tasha K shit, we're not defending you. But I want to throw my little 20K in there. Everybody claim they're getting money. Everybody out here doing everything. 20 should be light. 20 should be light. I'm just saying that. By the way, this is also happening on YouTube. Remember when people start weaponizing copyrights and IP stuff? I think H3H3 went to fight with one of these fuck niggas about it too, didn't he? It gonna happen. These independent outlets, nothing, you don't get to go make $50 million and a company's laying people off and irrelevant, and this other company over here is hemorrhaging money because now maybe your brand doesn't like their artist or whatever, and they feel like they got to get you out of pay, and everybody's cool. This is a blood sport. I understand it. Again, I'll just leave it at that. But I am worried about the future of independent media if we allow an artist or a record label to bully any particular person. Any person, okay? And if this was Mealy Mall, I probably wouldn't have offered the money up, but I would have spoke up for him, okay? Okay. All right, let me just look at the rest of these counts. And by the way, also, Jay-Z, you dead wrong for this. You dead wrong for this. This lawyer moves at the behest of Rock Nation, which is your company. And Meg Thee Stallion, baby girl, I want to speak to you very nicely because you seem like, you're crashing out these days. The way to repair your image is not to ostracize independent media. Like, yeah, maybe Milagro is maybe not the most liked person among certain media people, but if you do independent media and you have to walk on thin ice when talking about her, why cover her? You only do more damage to your artists than you helped your artists with this. Meg, your team is ill-advised for filing this lawsuit. Alex Firo and also Rock Nation, I think you niggas are tweaked out. Because this only looks as bullying. But I'm guessing we'll see more at a later date. Again, just please be advised, none of this means I am knowledgeable or I know or agree with everything that Milagro has ever said about her. But I do see an overall attempt to silence, especially when they're pointing out her opinions. And her opinions, might be that Meg isn't telling the truth, or they were like, oh, now granted, some of the stuff, I think I did see a part. I'll say this, and I'm trying to be a little bit fair here. They said, through Mr. Peterson's trial and through today, defendant Cooper is engaged in a campaign of harassment on behalf of Peterson. And by the way, I guess that's why they want to see text messages. Me and Milagro text messages got nothing in there. I think one time we did an interview in Houston. That's all we have ever DM'd about. I think I've made some public comments about maybe having her in a podcast setting or whatever, but me and her has never DM'd about anything with Tory Lanez. So if y'all think there's a some type of conspiracy there, and also here's the thing too. Like, Tory knows me better. Like, that was the most disrespectful thing during the whole trial. If I done talked all the shit that I talked, imagine me being a puppet for another nigga. Nigga, I'm getting rapper money, nigga. Nigga, I'm moving around here like I'm the boss, nigga. The fuck is you talking about? Nigga, you think I will play peon for a rapper? When I'm talking to these niggas, I want to say 99.999% of these niggas. Because if I ever talk to Drake, I know he extra rich. But nigga, the same thing they got, I got. I just played dumb on camera. I got it. What? I don't know about these other niggas. That's what I'm saying. I only speak for me. Nigga, I'm getting too much money to give a fuck about a singular rapper. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, yeah, Jay got the money. Anyway. So yeah, that's all I would say about that. So it says, harassment on behalf of Peterson. I don't know what Milagro's conversations with Tory was or his team, whatever. It said harassing messages about Miss Pete on her social media, and that's a little bit bitch made too. What do you mean harassing messages? How is an artist that does media and does public things claim someone's harassing them? With that being said, I should be, if y'all agree with this, I got a long list of niggas that I should be suing for harassing me. You know how many people don't call me fat? That shit done hurt my mental health. Led me to drinking. Who knows? Maybe I was on the side of a building about to jump. Who knows? If this is what we doing, harassing, I don't think nobody gets bullied more than me or get negative comments sent to them more than me. I got a list of people to sue. You know what? I don't, though, because I say comes with the job. But I'm always here to learn new tricks. Because if this is a thing, say, oh, nah, she's harassing. Harassing? Have you heard what they said about me? Oh, hell no, I got some people to sue that. So me, I play either way. I just want to see where the culture is at with it. A blogger talking shit about you is harassing? Now, I'm not saying it can be harassing, but to the point that you need a lawsuit? Because if that's the point, that you're suing over quote-unquote harassment. Now, here's the thing, and again, I'm trying to be fair. All right. Okay. Here we go. I thought there was something that accused Milagro of like digging into her past about her father or something. I don't know if that's true. Let me see. Is it there? Maybe not. Where is it at? Fuck. Okay. I don't know the exact part, but this is what I would not back up as well. To be clear, I'm trying to point, I'm standing with independent media, but I do want to put some carve outs because we're going to get the lunatics. If you're digging into, say, Meg, right? If you're, her mom passed away. If you're digging up and trying to reveal that her mama used to be with dudes back in the day or pictures or whatever, you're weird. We're not backing that up. No, we're not into that. Okay? You're digging too crazy into somebody's personal life beyond what the story has to do with, right? Now, it's obvious if it's like, okay, you heard that, respectfully, like Nicki Minaj's brother was touching kids and you kind of look up whatever. Cool. But if you just start saying, I don't like Meg, and now you're looking up her cousin's elementary school, to fucking put up here to torture her with. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking weird. Like, we ain't backing that up. That's weird. Now, it don't look like, I thought I saw something that maybe Milagros was looking up, like, I don't know, something about Meg's father, but it looked like I may have read that wrong. It was just saying that they believe that Milagro was in cahoots with the Pops. I don't know. Tori's Pops. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so if you doxing people, we ain't doing that. We not fucking with the doxing. Okay? Doxing, you making stuff up, oh, this person, I know for a fact this person has whatever, health situation. This person got 2 weeks to live or whatever the case is. And it has no investigative value. And you're just doing it to try to offend, or you're doing this to put somebody on blast. Yeah, it feels like you're kind of misusing this liberty that we're trying to establish with the media and independent media, right? Somebody said someone shared the post. Okay. All right. Okay. I think I've kind of squarely addressed that, right? I stand with independent media against all record labels, all bigger companies, all oligarchs. So all y'all billionaires and other people trying to co-opt hip-hop and trying to silence and bully people. I stand with independent creators, whether you got 20 subs, 200 subs, 2,000, or 200,000. As long as it's something, and we're going to have to evaluate on a case-by-case basis, that we could look at and say, wait, this person just said that you're a trash rapper, or this person just said that they feel that, say we're covering some rapper and you like, yo, I don't think he a gangster rapper, I think he a bitch. And say you get sued, I'm not saying that would happen, because the lawsuit would actually be the most hypocritical thing ever. Say you get sued over that, yeah, I think that's bullshit. I think they're just trying to shut you up, right? Or say you're trashing somebody's album, even if somebody else likes it. Shit, there's albums that I like that I know people hate. We shouldn't silence, especially independent media. And by the way, there's too much divisiveness in independent media, because I've seen a lot of people who wish they were in Milagro's spot. They were celebrating. And it's not that they're celebrating because they really feel, and maybe they do feel like she did certain things wrong, but they don't like Milagro, period. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, this lawsuit's available if you want to go read the whole thing. Milagro spoke about it a little bit. Let me hear what she said.
Beyonce's cousin. I cannot believe this is happening to me. And hell yeah, I'm finna use her motherfucking name. This will be another stepping stone. Okay, child, please. Child, please. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Beyonce should have never let this happen. Not
What?
when people absorb it, they'll attach it to her anyway. Look back. So I've been stressed and trying to make sure that I'm saying the right things, because I know she hates me so much. She's made that very clear on social media. She intimidated me on social media when she said I'm coming up there, and I mean it. You gonna stop playing with me? I'm doing a lawsuit, and and all the people said she's talking about you. All the urban blogs, when they said that there was a blogger that was gonna get arrested if they went to court, they said Milagro Grams. She's dissing me in her music, they say. 2 different projects, they say she dissed me.
Also, let me speak and again, I'm speaking of for shit that I don't even indulge in, but I feel the need to. Again, lead by example when you're number 1. We don't want to hear you when you're like number 10 and 15. Okay, nobody gives a fuck what you think. During the Tory trial, and I like this. Hey, for all y'all little traditional journalists, man, move over, nigga. Yes, when it comes to court time, we want Milagro in the court. We want these bloggers who can speak in our language in court. Okay, now we want them to be accurate, 100%. But I know there was a whole thing where some journalists were they were kind of going against some of these people like Milagros being at the court for the Tory situation. Now here's the thing. Now with Milagro being in court or any independent media personality, we expect you to be coming back with the truth, right? We don't want you to taint it in ratchetivity and lies and other things. We want to get an accurate representation, and I seen that was like a beef. Like Megan Cuniff don't like, I think Milagro, right? I don't know, like some of the other independent people, because all that about people getting arrested at court kind of came out because of the Tory thing, where there's some other dude named Armand, Armand. Him and Cardi got into it recently. Oh shit! And I guess they were saying that I don't know what the fuck their issue was, but for the regular journalists out there, man, move the fuck over. Let the newer influencer, YouTuber people get up in court, see what's popping, that they could give it to us in their own words. And for those people who are the newer media people who are getting up in court to listen to kind of come back and relay what the information is, so make sure y'all being accurate. I know people like y'all for putting sauce on it, but don't do too much. That's what I would say. Did y'all see this?